The following is a work of fiction literature written by a upcoming YouTuber. Blah 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 blah. Just if there's a name in here that is your name, it's a coincidence. Just ignore it. All voices are done by me. They will be my voice because I am not professional and I'm just trying to do this for fun and stuff. Please support this as any way as you can because I have been writing this on my free time and I just thought I should share it with you guys because why not? Anyways, I hope you enjoy this reading of the prologue of the Demonic Chronicles. The name is not final. If you have any suggestions, please put it in the comments below, and thank you. While this is a reading of the prologue, I will not be reading the author's note. So if you choose to read this author note, please pause the video now. Prologue. Our world is connected to many other worlds in this universe. The thing that keeps the universe stable is magic. Magic was originally created by 10 different gods, which we call the magical powers. Pyro, who created fire. Aqua, who created water. Glacia, who created ice. Shock, who created lightning. Tenartus, who made nature. Zertex, who made the undead. Ventura, who made wind. Cresta, who made summoning. Lagertha, who made light. And Umbras, who made shadows. Each god had 10 offspring and offered an orb of power to the most powerful of the 10, who would be called the Prodigy. However, Umbras was crazed with power, and he tried to take parts of the other gods' orbs. Using the power that he took, he created monsters who would destroy the balance of the world, and he gave powers to each of his offspring. The other gods decided that the only thing to do was to kill all of Umbras's offspring before they were infected with his power. However, Umbras heard their plan, and ate all of his offspring except the Prodigy to absorb their powers. He kept the Prodigy alive because he hoped that he would bring hope to their race. In spite of his anger, the Prodigy went on a rampage, and destroyed countless numbers of villages and people. The numbers were groundbreaking, higher than any kind of natural disaster. The Prodigy then raised a family of 4 and taught them his ways. Eventually, these 4 children also went on the same rampage as he did. The wizards, who were currently living around this time, called him and his 4 children the Shadow Demons, a name that would carry on for generations. 1,367 years later. A woman who is carrying an infant who is around 18 months old is being chased by a mysterious man. "Come back here. I just want the child." In a panic, the woman stops. She confronts the man and shoots a fireball from afar at him. The man easily deflected the fireball out of sight. In a split second, the man fires a lightning bolt out of his pointer finger and struck the woman in the heart. As the woman fell down, the man rushed over and grabbed the infant so he would not fall to the ground. "You have a powerful spirit inside of you. I will bring it out of you to use for my own needs." 4 years later, in a small little village where parents teach their kids to be wizards around the age of 8, there is a girl named Allison, who just turned 8 years old today. Allison... Whoops, typo error. Derp, derp, derp. No, this has not happened. Okay. Allison has long black hair while wearing a birthday hat and wearing a black and red little dress. While Allison is sitting on the porch of her house, she sees her best friend Richard over in the distance. Richard, who is 9 years old, has green shaggy hair, is wearing shorts, and has a yellow shirt on. "Hey, Allie, over here." Allison then comes over to Richard. "Hi, Richie, was your dad training you again?" "Yeah, haha. I'm sorry that I couldn't come over to your birthday party." "Well, silly, it's too late now. It ended 3 hours ago." He looks at his watch and realizes that it's 8:30 p.m. "Uh-oh, I need to get home. I snuck out during our break. My dad's probably going to flip out. I was really hoping that we could hang out." Suddenly, Allison's father, Chad, walked outside of the house. Chad has very short hair and is wearing black long cloth pants and with a black sweatshirt on. "Hey, Richard, how about Allison comes..." I'll leave that as it is. I'm very bad at English. Hey, Richard, how about Allison comes over to your house so you two kids can have some fun? That is, if it's okay with your father. Thanks, I'll go ask him now. How about we all go so we can save some time? The three of them start walking over to Richard's house, which is around 15 minutes away. As they pass through a forest, a boyish figure suddenly appears behind them. The figure is covered in a shadowy aurora, which makes it impossible to see any distinct features of him. As he stands there, he exerts a great deal of power and lets out a giant yell. And I am not going to read that because that is way too loud. All of a sudden, Richard's father, Dexter, runs up to Chad, Allison, and Richard. Richard, thank God I found you. It's time to come home. Chad, that can't be a shadow demon, can it? No, it can't be. The last of their kind was supposed to have been killed centuries ago. Daddy, I'm scared. Chad looks at Dexter pleadingly. Dexter, I want you to get the kids out of here. I'm going to take on that thing until the elite force gets here. Chad, you can't be serious. There's no time. You need to go now before he notices you. He then looks at Allison. Allie... I can't. This is this is serious reading, but come on, I don't really want to read this part. Allie, I want you to know that your daddy loves you very much. Please go with Dexter. Daddy will be all right. Crying. All right, Daddy. Dexter then carries the children away as Chad begins to fight the demon. They have moved to a village about 3 hours away from their home, and they stayed the night at an inn. Next day. On the next day, Allison, Richard, and Dexter both... Shoot! You did not see this! This is all a lie! All go back to their village and try to look for Allison's father. As they pass through the forest, they see dozens of different wizards scattered around the field investigating the scene. On the scene, there are countless of trees cut down, burnt, and some even have blood all over them. As they walk through the forest, they come upon the center of the forest, where Allison's father was fighting the demon. As they push through a crowd of investigators, they see Chad lying on the ground, lying in a pool of blood. Allison quickly runs up to her father's dead body. Daddy, she then starts crying. You said everything would be all right. She then starts crying for what seems like an eternity, never to be able to forget the death of her father. To be continued. Next time, Chapter 1, The Unknown Wizard. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was interesting for me. But if you guys want to be a character and you're okay with being, I don't know, a person who dies or a person who doesn't die, let me know what you think. Let me know if you got suggestions or anything. Let me know if you like this or you would continue reading this. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.